Anything could be said and it wouldn't really matter. I could say there's no doer, there's a doer. This is it, this is not it. Life is good, life is bad. Anything could be said, and what difference does it make? That sound disappears and means nothing. You have to work hard, you have to be silent. What does it matter? It matters to the person that thinks by intellectually understanding or by doing something it's going to have a better life. That's who it matters to. I just have to check that got this on properly. It matters to somebody that thinks that intellectual concepts will give you something. It matters to somebody that lives in an intellectual world that imagines himself as somebody and something moving through time, and that it means something. What does it matter what any person says about this subject? Those words are gone. They're gone as soon as they're said. They're gone. They don't undo anything. If they did, then I could type out the words and give them to people. I know I have. I've produced a book. I can tell you.
Do some more book promotion now.
Yeah. You could type them out and you could just read them every day, but we all know that wouldn't make any difference, just to type out a set of words and reread them every day. It's just that if we don't put it down to the intellectual knowledge, then what's the point of us being here? If we don't put it down to some form of communication, verbal communication and understanding, then what's the point of coming and learning it? What's the point of being here? There is nothing that I can point to. There is nothing that I can point to. That's not meant to sound profound, as in like nothing, like everything. There is everything I could point to. I mean, as in words, what does it mean? Where are we going with those words? It just goes nowhere. Like everything, actually. Some people say it's about getting right intellectual understanding, and once you get right intellectual understanding, then everything drops away. Do you think that something in the flow could stop something in the flow coming up? So these words could stop the appearance of the illusion coming up? But how could they do that? How could they grab onto the illusion and stop it? Roman's like, well, I'm reconsidering buying the book now. I was going to buy 2.
This whole game has to be played out
with
the end result of realizing that there was never any doer
or anybody,
or anybody. And especially what you told me last time about this perspective, which can be from a cat's body or from the ceiling when you're lying in your deathbed. It makes it so tangible that whatever you are has nothing to do with the reality you are so used to.
The body, and
which
what
is,
you think.
Which is a big step, a big first step. Let's put it that way.
But that's the point to it, is that the energy has to play out as it plays out. But most people think that they've come here to listen to something, and that's totally not what's happened. They haven't come here to listen and understand something. That's impossible. Who would be speaking to each other? We were saying last week about the looking isn't located in the body, then who's actually speaking to each other? Who's actually having a communication? In the communication to the person that feels like there's meaning, but ultimately there's no meaning. It just is sounds appearing with a dynamic of understanding that's happening. I understand what she's saying, as if we're communicating, but there's nobody actually communicating, like in a film.
It's a dance of life, which has to happen.
Yeah. For no reason.
For no reason, no.
But even to say for no reason could become conceptual. Could become conceptual.
Or could be conceptual.
Yeah. Or could be conceptual. It just is, so simply. It just is. And in this isness, the key to it is that here, this isn't divided. This is not a divided reality. It's the division that has created suffering for the human. And that division only happens in an illusion, which is happening in an illusion. Like this is an illusion, and then there's another illusion happening in that.
Well, having a body is a big illusion. It's really a big illusion.
You know that from studying the brain. Just science proves that. And just from talking to other people, that perspective is so different depending on the brain that interprets it. What was it that we did yesterday, Melissa? The car jerking.
The car jerking?
Yeah.
Oh, the car jerking.
Where we were talking about, I thought that at least our me and Melissa's car experience would have a similarity. Obviously, there's not going to be a similarity in what we think about people or feel of people or all these other things, but I thought our car journey, there would be a similar experience of how we felt the car. To me, my driving is very smooth.
Self-proclaimed.
To Melissa, it's not. And I was like, wow, well, I didn't expect that. So if that's seen, if that's really seen, that there's not, everybody's perspective is different, then that's one illusion. And then there's an added illusion that body is you. That's actually you. You are the body, and you're having the experience. But the body's already interpreting it how it does, however it's programmed to interpret. And then there's this other illusion that comes up and says, I am the body. But this isn't something, again, that I can teach you in words. This is what is. This is what is. Who does that wind happen for? The light? Who experiences it?